So in today's video, we are going to be discussing all things League 2 Golden Glove. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you're good trying to 80 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below. Which goalkeeper do you think will keep the most clean sheets in this upcoming 23-24 campaign? Let me know who is your goalkeeper and how highly do you rate him in between your sticks. Now we're going to go through my top 10, starting from number 10 and going right up to number 1, and who I personally think will win the Golden Glove. Now obviously things could change. This goalkeeper could get injured in pre-season, be out for 9 months, and he only play the last 10 games of the season. So it's just a rough guide. It's not necessarily just how good the goalkeepers are as well, because if you've got a really good defence in front of you, then the goalkeeper doesn't necessarily need to be as good, and that is why some of these goalkeepers do make this list. But obviously there is some absolutely incredible goalkeepers on here, and you would like to think the goalkeepers near the higher end of the list will be them teams that are challenging for promotion in this upcoming campaign. Make sure to drop a like on there for me, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into player number 10. Starting out in 10th place then, I have gone with Barrow goalkeeper Palfreyman. Last season he kept 13 clean sheets in 43 matches with a 30.2 clean sheet percentage, which is not too bad to be fair. I think yes, he's 33 years of age now, and yes, Barrow lost a key defender last season in Patrick Brough, but I still think he's going to have enough. He's going to keep enough clean sheets to get himself in that top 10. He's out of a contract as well in this next campaign, next summer, if you get what I mean, at the end of this next season. So he'll be wanting to play well, keep himself in the side, so he can maybe then get a new deal with the club. Yes, he conceded on average 1.1 goals per game, but to keep a decent amount of clean sheets in 12 last season, in 43 appearances, it's not too bad, to be honest with you. And number 10, if you think there's only 24 goalkeepers, 24 number ones, we should say, in the league, to be 10th place, a team like Barrow, with all due respect, is not too bad in my opinion. So I personally think Palfreyman will finish in 10th. In 9th place, I have gone with Tranmere Rovers goalkeeper Luke McGee. He signed a 1-year contract with the football club after I think he was released by Forest Green Rovers last season. Obviously massively struggled, just the 22 appearances for him. In that time he only managed to keep 2 clean sheets, but we all know how bad that they actually were last season. Apparently he spent the second half of the season at Derby County, according to SofaScore. I had no idea. He also apparently played in a Premier League Division 2 match on the 3rd of April. I've no idea what's gone on there with Luke McGee, but the first half of the season wasn't very good, was it? And I personally believe he's a good goalkeeper. He spent a period of time with my team Bradford City as well, where he came in for a few games while our goalkeeper, I think it was Richard O'Donnell at the time, was injured. Came in, did pretty well, and then as soon as O'Donnell was back fit, he was just chucked straight out the side. I think that was by Gary Bowie, which was a crazy decision in my opinion. I think he's a good goalkeeper. The only reason why he's not higher up on the list is because I don't rate Ian Dawes as a manager. I don't think he's got the tactical know-how about the league, and I think because of that they're going to be sloppy defensively. They're going to concede some stupid goals, and while I rate McGee as a goalkeeper because of the defence that's in front of him, I personally just can't put him any higher than 9th. In 8th place, I have gone with Walsall goalkeeper Owen Evans. Now last season he actually did pretty well for Walsall. He kept the 6th most amount of clean sheets last season. He kept 15 clean sheets in 45 matches with a clean sheet percentage of 33.3. So basically 1 in every 3 matches he did manage to keep a clean sheet. Again, he conceded on average 1.1 goals per 90, but with the way Michael Flynn set Walsall up last season, they were very defensive, so clean sheets were pretty common. They had quite a lot of nil-nils under Michael Flynn. Again, out of a contract in this upcoming campaign, so he'll be wanting to try and extend that. He's done pretty well for Walsall since coming in from Cheltenham Town, and I do really rate him as a League 2 goalkeeper. Like I say, 14 clean sheets last season, according to SofaScore. Not too bad. Again, the only reason why he's not higher up on the list, obviously Walsall have lost Manny Monfey. I can't say I'm massively convinced by Matt Sadler as well as the appointment, but I think 8th place for Owen Evans is not too bad of a prediction. In 7th place, I have gone with Salford City goalkeeper Alex Cairns. He was on loan with them last season, I do believe, now has signed on a permanent basis on a 2-year contract. He played 23 matches last season in the league. Yes, again, he averaged conceding 1.3 goals per game, and he actually only managed to keep 3 clean sheets according to SofaScore, so 20 games out of the 23 he did concede in. But I think Salford are going to be stronger defensively this season, in my opinion. We've already seen them adding some experience into their side. I think Alex Cairns is a really good goalkeeper. Again, the only reason why he's not higher up than 7th on my list is because statistically last season he didn't really do the business. I still think he's a good goalkeeper, but the stats don't really back up, so that's the only reason why I can't put him any higher. Only keeping 3 clean sheets in 23 appearances. Them stats might be wrong, they seem really, really low, but Salford might have just conceded a lot of goals last season, but I'm going to go with 7th place for Alex Cairns. In at number 6 then, I have gone with Mansfield Town goalkeeper Christy Pym. Spent the last season on loan at Mansfield and recently has now joined on a 2-year contract, I believe, for an undisclosed fee. 28 years of age, and while I don't necessarily rate Pym that highly, I think Mansfield's defence is going to be 10 times as strong as what it was last season. They've improved in it massively, bringing in players like Bailey Cargill, Callum McDonald. They've also brought in something Williams, I can't remember his first name, is it George Williams, on a 1-year deal as well from MK Dons. They've really got that strength in depth now. They could potentially do with one more centre-back. Obviously they've got Alfie Kilgore, James Perch is still up in the air whether he wants to be a player coach or maybe continuing playing full player role, if you get what I mean, no coach role at another club. Nigel Clough confirmed that, I think it was yesterday. They've also strengthened quite a lot in their side overall. They didn't really need to do too much going forward. Obviously, they brought back Will Swan, and I think they're going to be really strong this season, in my opinion. Again, the only reason why Pym is not higher up on this list, because I don't really rate him too highly as a goalkeeper. I thought last season, Flinders, in the few games that he played, did pretty well. Obviously, last season, Pym did manage the 42 matches. He managed to keep 13 clean sheets, which is not too bad, and now obviously he's got a better defence in front of him. I certainly think he can, keep a decent amount of clean sheets next season. Maybe he can get up to that 16, 17 sort of mark, but I can't see him breaking into the top 5, in my opinion. In at 5th position then, I have gone with Notts County goalkeeper Aiden Stone. Now, the only reason why he's not higher up on this list is he didn't really play too much football last season. Last season, I think he was at Port Vale, I want to say, where he only managed the 19 at starts. He actually made 20 appearances, so maybe he's come on off the bench in one of those games. He only managed to keep 4 clean sheets, and I think he's a steady goalkeeper at this level. Obviously, is it Sam Slocum? I think their other option is, but he's like 33, 34, 35, something like that. So I personally believe Aiden Stone will be their number 1, and I can't put him any higher because I don't know if he will actually be their number 1. He's played quite a lot in pre-season. Again, I don't know if maybe Slocum's injured. I'm not really too sure, but from the outside looking in, it looks like Aiden Stone is going to be the number 1 because I don't know too much about Notts County and their goalkeeping setup. Please feel free to correct me down in the comment section down below. I don't want to put him any higher and then look stupid if he sits on the bench all season. So I'm going to put him in at number 5, but if he plays all season, he could definitely be higher. But for now, I'm going to put him in 5th. In at 4th position then, I have gone with Bradford City's goalkeeper, Harry Lewis. Now, individually, he is the best goalkeeper in the league, in my opinion. The stats back that up. The eye test backs it up. The only reason why he's not higher up on this list, in pre-season so far, we have looked very suspect defensively. We're playing this 3-5-2 sort of system at this moment in time, and we're looking really vulnerable at the back. With some of our signings so far defensively, that looks a bit suspect. Daniel Iagoke is a right wing back, but he's been playing right side in a back 3. I can't say I've been impressed with him in that role. As a wing back, he's looked really good. Ash Taylor, for me, far too clumsy. Kieran Kelly, we brought in January, just looks a bit raw and a little bit rash. Timo Dessina's looked good, and then for some reason, Platt and Stubbs have hardly played over the last couple of matches in pre-season. But I think Lewis is a brilliant goalkeeper, but because of how suspect we look defensively, I personally think with what I've seen so far, and I know it's only a couple of matches so far, we do look a little bit worse than what we did last season. I think in a back 4, Stubbs and Platt worked really well, but now with this back 3, this completely changed from last season, we're looking a little bit suspect, in my opinion, and for that reason, I would love to put him higher, but I can't put Harry Lewis any higher than 4th at this moment in time. Last season, he actually kept, I think it was 18 clean sheets, which is, going into this season, the most amount from last campaign. Only Thomas Hurley with 20, but he played one more match, and Lawrence Vigouroux with 24 clean sheets, kept more clean sheets than Harry Lewis last season. He kept a clean sheet on average on his clean sheet percentage was 39.6, so that is a very, very good record in my opinion. Like I say, because of our defence though, I simply can't put him any higher than 4th. In at number 3 then, I have gone with Wrexham superstar Ben Foster, 40 years of age, recently playing in the Premier League. The only reason why I'm not putting him higher is because he's 40 years of age. There is question marks of whether he'll be able to stay fit for the full season. He has had some injuries throughout his career as well, and while he did really well with Wrexham, he's obviously a very, very good goalkeeper, top 3 in my opinion. They've got some good competition in between the sticks as well, but in my opinion, because of his age, there is that likeliness, because he's now 40, that his body might break down down at points, and that might be a reason why he comes out the team for 5 or 10 games, and then that really does put him on the back foot. Obviously, he kept 4 clean sheets in 26 appearances in the Premier League in the 21-22 campaign. SofaScore doesn't unfortunately have statistics from the National League, but obviously Wrexham, I feel like, might be a little bit like Stockport County last season, where it takes him as well 5 or 10 games to really settle into the league, and again, that could put him on the back foot. I think he's a brilliant goalkeeper, but as of right now, I can't put him any higher than third. In second position, then, I have put Gillingham goalkeeper Glenn Morris. Last season, he kept 15 clean sheets in 40 appearances, averaging a clean sheet percentage of 37.5, which I think is really impressive in my opinion. He averaged conceding 1 goal per game. He saved 2 out of 5 penalties according to SofaScore. Like I say, kept 15 clean sheets and is a really, really good goalkeeper. Again, probably the only reason why he's not number 1 in my opinion is because of that age. Similar to Ben Foster, Glenn Morris is now 39 years of age, and while I think he's a brilliant goalkeeper, again, question marks, will his body potentially break down at some point in this upcoming campaign? He only managed the 40 appearances last season. I don't know if that was because he was frozen out of the Crawley side at some point as well. And I think, as some of them statistics from his time at Crawley, let me just doubly check. They're not, so he must have joined Gillingham. I think he actually joined Gillingham originally on loan in pre-season last year, and then was it made permanent in the January? I'm pretty sure that was the case, but I think Glenn Morris is a fantastic goalkeeper. Gillingham have recruited really well so far in this transfer window, recently bringing in left back, was it Scott Malone from Millwall, which is an absolutely incredible signing in my opinion. A lot of experience in that Gillingham side. Obviously, they recently bought back Connor Masterson as well on a permanent contract after he was released from QPR. Gillingham are looking really strong now ahead of this upcoming campaign, and in my opinion, I think a team like Gillingham will be finishing in second in terms of the Golden Glove race. And as my number 1 then, the goalkeeper I think will keep the most clean sheets in this upcoming campaign is Ben Hinchcliffe. Last season only managed to 36 appearances, starting 35 of them, but he kept 17 clean sheets. That is a clean sheet percentage of 46.2. Only Lawrence Vigouroux had a better percentage last season. When he's fit and available, he's a fantastic goalkeeper. Yes, there's question marks over his fitness. He is also 34 years of age as well, so while not as old as Morris and Foster, his body does have that potential to break down. They did bring in Jordan Lewis, I want to say, from Nottingham Forest as well on a free transfer. We actually did a video yesterday talking all things Stockport County and why I think they will win the league. Ben Hinchcliffe as a goalkeeper is absolutely brilliant. If he's fit, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Probably, definitely my top 5. Stockport County's defence is absolutely incredible as well. They've added to that as well this season with the signing of like Ibu Torre, and I don't even need to go on with some of their other signings like Nick Powell. Goodness me, that is an outstanding signing. But in my opinion, I think the goalkeeper winning the Golden Glove in the League 2 campaign of 2023-24 will be Stockport County's Ben Hinchcliffe. To reiterate my list then, in at number 10, we've got Palfreyman of Barrow AFC. In at number 9, we've got Luke McGee of Tranmere Rovers. In at number 8, we've got Owen Evans of Walsall FC. At number 7, we've got Alex Cairns of Salford City. At number 6, we've got Christy Pym of Mansfield Town. At 5, we've got Aiden Stone of Notts County. At 4, we've got Harry Lewis of Bradford City. At 3rd, we've got Ben Foster of Wrexham AFC. At 2nd, we've got Glenn Morris of Gillingham FC. And 1st, we have Ben Hinchcliffe of Stockport County. That is where I'm going to leave it though for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 80 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, with that post notification bell on, it's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know who do you think will win the League 2 Golden Glove, and let me know who is your goalkeeper. How highly do you rate them, and do you think you need to improve in that goalkeeping department? There's some that you might disagree with here. I can only apologise if you do. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Peace.